Well, joining us tonight, Republican Congressman from Florida and member of the House Judiciary Committee, Congressman Matt Gaetz. Congressman, good to have you with us. You have put out a very strong statement, and I just want to read the first line. It is shameful to see House GOP leadership emphasize support for FBI, DOJ intelligence collection on the Trump campaign. That's about as straightforward as you can put it. I've got to just ask, why in the world are you putting up, not you, but your conference putting up, with a man who could do what he did today at that leadership briefing, which is change the subject from the success of the party in the primaries, the biggest primary night in this election cycle, and turn it to himself and turn it against the very idea that evidence matters in his judgment of whether or not there was a spy. It obviously doesn't in his case.
Lou, I've come on your show before and defended Paul Ryan when I've agreed with him, but there is no defense today for Paul Ryan siding with the FBI and Department of Justice against those of us in the Congress who are working for transparency and accountability. Devin Nunes, for example, has been asking for a year for the documents that go to the very heart of this Trump-Russia hoax. As we sit here today, Lou, members of Congress have not seen the documents that show why this investigation even began. But here's what we know. That Australian diplomat, Mr. Downer, he lied. He said this information came through the Australian ambassador to the United States and that's how it got to the FBI, and we found out that isn't true. So one liar gave information to Peter Strzok, who's already had to be demoted because he's like the head of the Never Trump movement over at the deep state, and there is no way any criminal prosecution could ever be brought against this president based on the bias and the mishandling of evidence. But instead of our speaker standing with us and putting the focus on the FBI's refusal to turn over documents so that we could perform our oversight duties, instead, he was defending the FBI. And that's deeply frustrating to me, and we need the speaker to be an institutionalist for the Congress, not to be a defender of the deep state.
And he is that. And he is a defender of K Street and Wall Street and the Koch brothers. The man has sold out. He's been obviously sold out for years. And we just wanted to check the record. And let me ask you, can you think of a time that the speaker has been compelled to say there's no evidence of collusion whatsoever, despite financing a one-year investigation by the FBI, almost a year, and more than a year of the general counsel? I can't remember a single time that he has stood up and defended the president and said there is no evidence whatsoever of collusion, and that deeply troubles me.
The House Intelligence Committee stood up and said that there was no evidence of collusion. We need the speaker to do the same. Another area, Lou, is to have real accountability when it comes to the crimes of the Clinton family and the Clinton Foundation. We have the majority leader, the majority whip, Mr. Gowdy even, Mr. Goodlatte, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, all calling for a second special counsel, and the silence from our very own speaker is deafening. Speaker Ryan needs to step up. He needs to join us in a call for a second special counsel, and for goodness sakes, stop defending the FBI's collection of intelligence on the Trump campaign when they refuse to give us the documents to show whether or not they broke the law. We already know the FBI and Department of Justice broke their own procedures. Bruce Orr broke procedures when he didn't disclose that his wife had a moonlighting job for the people at Fusion GPS trying to take down Trump. We know that Rod Rosenstein violated the Woods procedures before the FISA court when he didn't disclose that Christopher Steele had been terminated by the FBI for lying, and yet they were asking a court to continue to rely on his statements. So time and again, we need stronger leadership from our speaker, supporting the work of those of us who are fighting in the trenches to get real answers for the American people.
Let me ask you, Congressman, why in the world would your conference not say that's enough? Mr. Lame Duck Speaker, get the hell out of the office. You're going to send us to perdition and to destruction in the midterm elections. This man doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have a strategy. He doesn't raise money that any other speaker couldn't raise. He certainly is not a strategic thinker. He is anti-Trump. He has been so throughout. He is a disaster, and the disaster is going to consume your party. Do you not agree? If he is left in that speakership?
Well, Lou, you know I run in the more conservative circles of the House, and I have never, up until this point, heard a single person talk about removing Speaker Ryan from the speakership. today, for the first time, I was hearing colleagues say, well, you know, if Speaker Ryan won't stand with us in this fight over the essentials of our democracy, not weaponizing an intelligence community against a presidential campaign, you know, do we need to look at other choices? And so I think that remains a lingering question, and you're starting to see more frustrations bubble to the top because we need that leadership.
Congressman Matt Gaetz, great to have you with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Lou.